thanks for joining us on Seasons Up Close. I'm Jackie Slater. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to start off talking with some local librarians. We're going to debunk the myth that libraries are a thing of the past. We're going to learn what your local library is doing to move forward with the ever-changing times. We're also going to be visiting Yukon Health Center and meeting with a cardiologist there. We're going to learn a little bit about heart failure, what you can do to prevent it, the signs that you might have it. And then in a new segment that I'm really excited about, we're calling it Seasons Eats. We're going to visit a local restaurant. We're going to meet with the owner, the chef, sample some of their signature dishes, and hopefully encourage you and your special someone to get out there for a romantic night out. First, I would like to say hello to Pat Holloway. She's the director of the library in West Hartford, and also Jennifer Cohane is here. She's the business outreach librarian in Simsbury. So thank you so much for joining me, ladies. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. So I want to talk a little bit about the role of the community library and how it's changing with the times. What are some of the things, Pat, maybe you can start, that your library is doing to, move forward with technology, also, cater to all of the different groups of people, different ages, seniors, children?
Yes, well, it's interesting because many people have sort of forecasted the death of the public library, given the fact that we have the internet available. But we think that it's just helping us because now we are a presence in the internet, on the web, and our library is now available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to anyone who wants to find information, get directions, do just about anything. On our web page, I actually use it as my home page because it has no advertising like Google or one of those. And I can go right on there, and we have a whole list of research databases and internet guides so that you can find any information that you want. And we've already looked at those sites and made sure that they're, number one, safe for any age to look at, but also to find anything. So if I want to know what the weather is at home, I can go into any of the weather sites that are available. So we're there 24/7. And
so you have those links on your homepage.
Right on our web page, and we have special links for children and for young adults. We also are on Facebook and we're on Twitter. Yes. So a lot of our young parents can follow on Twitter what's happening at the library that day for their children. The particular age that they have, if they have school children, what are we doing at the library there that day that they can take advantage of?
So I want to talk about that a little bit, the community aspect of it, organized play groups, things like that. What are some specifics that your library does to keep people coming in? It's not just come in and get a book and take it home. Right. It's really become sort of a hub for the community. So can you expand on that a little bit for us?
Yeah, well, we have some of those services that we've always had. We have 28 story hours, for instance, every week at the main library or at our 2 branch libraries. And speaking about the branches, our northern branch is actually in Bishop's Corner area. It is in the same building with the senior center. So a lot of our senior services, our special programs for seniors, happen there at that branch so that people come in, they can use the gym there, they can come into the library, pick up the information they need, and attend a program. Our other branch at the other end of town does a lot more with the children in the neighborhood. It's wonderful to have your own neighborhood library. It's something that a lot of people grew up with, and they really like the idea that the kids can get on their bikes or walk directly to a library that's close by for them to use.
Let's talk a little bit about technology and seniors. Now, I know in my town, our library offers programs to help get them in, teach them how to, maneuver on the computer and get around and, learn all of the new ways to get information. What are some of the programs that you guys have for seniors?
Well, we do not only just computer training so that they can get on email, for instance, and email and talk with their grandkids, but we also have brain training kind of, you know how they say if you do crossword puzzles, it will stimulate your brain and keep you young and educated throughout your whole life. We do a lot of that kind of thing. So we are pulling in a lot more people than we thought we would. We thought we would be out of the educating people on computers business by now, but it just keeps coming. People have new needs. And actually, you know, this ties in probably a lot with Jennifer and what she does in terms of the business.
Yes, so now let's talk about business outreach. Is this something, a position that existed 10 years ago? Is it?
No, it was
has it
actually
changed a
created
lot?
10 years ago.
Okay.
And so I support job seekers, startup businesses, existing businesses. And some of the things that's neat is that we're busier than ever. I think the library as a whole, and particularly my department, not only because of the economy, but because of the changing role of technology. You know, technology has enabled us to deliver more of what we do well, more of it and more efficiently. So we've got different formats now. My businesses can get books in audio, they can download it, we can do webinars, we can do training in multiple ways. We've got a hands-on technology lab where people can learn Excel and QuickBooks and things like that. And it's attracting all ages, frankly. I agree with Pat in that, you know, a lot of people are, you know, they might be retired from their traditional 9-to-5 work, but they're finding that they want to have multiple streams of income. So there's a surge in entrepreneurship of turning hobbies into business. And so we see that, and people wanting to turn and become better at some of their skills. So they're coming in for all kinds of classes.
So are you there to help people and give them, you know, the knowledge that they need to start those businesses? What exactly, you know, is it that you do? If you can, I know it's probably hard, you probably do so many things, but...
I do something that actually is what librarians do best. We're the trusted advisors, the guides through, particularly with what's going on, this myriad, this, you know, onslaught of technology. So I do it for business people. I help connect them with resources and tools to help them make decisions to grow their business, change careers, find a job, you know, start a business. So it's a mixture of traditional, it's databases, it's books, it's the, you know, books and book-like things, you know, and it's also people. The library is really a place where we connect people. So there's a lot of classes, and it's also a lot of networking.
Now, quickly, you had mentioned to me earlier when we spoke on the phone about telecommuting. So many people work from home now, and we were talking about the loss of, you know, socialization. And you had some ideas on that. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, I can see that the role, right now I focus on entrepreneurs. I can see that the, particularly our Business Resource Center, is not a quiet space. It's a place where people congregate. And with the increase in the number of people telecommuting, and not all of them love being at home working, that I almost see where I'm going to be starting to create opportunities for people to socialize and get together, people who are working from home, almost like the baby play times, but for people who are the working folks, where you can get out, you can have a break, you can interact with other people and, you know, share ideas. It's just an extension of what we're already doing, but focusing on a particular population. And like what we normally do as librarians, we respond to trends and what we see is going on. So this is one more kind of response on how we might revolve.
To kind of sum it up, you are saying that people should really come back in and see everything that you guys have to offer because it has, it's changed. And you're saying it's busier than ever, so I think that is definitely a sign of the times.
Right. All of our numbers point to the fact that no matter how many things people take with them out of the library, we're getting more people in the door every year.
That's great. So, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, don't go away. We've got a lot more Seasons Up Close coming up next.
We at Seasons always have more stories to tell. The magazine and the show are just part of what we're working on. For more stories, in-depth articles, and more, visit seasonsmagazines.com. There you will find some of our favorite stories, information on our partners, and a section where you can provide feedback on how we're doing. After all, we create this for you. We want to know what you want. Tell us your story ideas. Always on seasonsmagazines.com.